Ever dreamt of being versatile? Then meet Samuel Joseph, a blockchain and cryptocurrency advocate who started teaching, promoting, and blogging about blockchain way back in 2016. He has helped build several blockchain communities for different international blockchain projects such as eosnation.io, everpedia.org, Simi.com, and coincola.com. For further inquiries on these juicy offers, please visit www.gzamsacademy.com/QLS2020.
All right, welcome everybody to another section of Quantum Leap Summit. All right, you're all welcome. You're all welcome. Thank you so much for coming around today. Okay, so I would crave your indulgence to just give me a moment, so I'll be able to share the live streaming down to on Facebook. So I just want to share this particular summit on Facebook so that our Facebook guys will be able to join us. So just give me a little moment. I'll be able to join us straight from there. So let me just quickly share on Facebook right now. All right, so we are live right now, and we are streaming on Facebook. Thank you so much, guys, for coming around this evening. I promise you, this evening section is going to be a very amazing section, and we are expecting our speaker for tonight, and the person of Mr. Samuel Joseph is going to come up as very soon. He's going to come up as soon as possible. We have contacted him on WhatsApp right now. And then, okay, so I want to officially welcome everybody to today's this evening section of Quantum Leap Summit. It's been an amazing journey so far. We've had a whole lot of speakers who have come to change, who have spoken, and they've been able to, give us a bit of influence and help change our narratives in terms of growing ourselves, building ourselves, scaling to the next level, joining the cryptocurrency space and making a name for ourselves in there. Skills acquisition. We had Trader Casey today, this evening, that taught us on profitable cryptocurrency trading secrets that no one has ever told us about. Stuff like that, and we are very enthusiastic for tonight because we know that this evening section is going to be very, very amazing, and we are having a very amazing and phenomenal person who is going to be joining us as soon as possible. In the person of Mr. Samuel Joseph. Mr. Samuel Joseph is the founder of Lightblocks news. Lightblocks is a cryptocurrency news agency, and is also the founder of humanelove.org. Humanelove.org is a cryptocurrency-based foundation that has ties and links with the EOS blockchain and several other EOS products and projects. He's a very, very amazing person. I've had various experiences with him, and it has always been very amazing. Okay, let me quickly share something. Okay, yeah, my screen is being shared. He's going to be joining us very soon. I think he's just getting ready for his amazing section with us this evening. Be that as it may, I would love to introduce Mr. Samuel Joseph effectively. Sorry about that. All right. So Joseph Samuel is a blockchain and cryptocurrency advocate who started teaching, promoting, blogging, and blogging about blockchain back in 2016. He was actually one of the first people to be on Steemit. Steemit is a social media platform that is cryptocurrency based. There on Steemit, he was known as Sam Sticks. That's why the name still sticks. You know. All right. So he has helped build several blockchain communities for different international blockchain projects, such as EOS Nation. He was an ambassador for EOS Nation, Evripedia.org. He also works for Evripedia. And Steemit.com, of course. I just told you guys about Steemit. Also, he was he's an ex-regional manager for Africa for CoinCola.com. It was actually a very prestigious position that he was occupying then in CoinCola. Samuel has made several contributions to the blockchain space by talking about Bitcoin perception in Nigeria on Cointelegraph.com, growth of blockchain on eBitcoin, and he also got features on Forbes.com. Yeah, I have that experience. He got featured on Forbes.com for his contribution to the growth and adoption of EOS blockchain in Africa. In 2019, he became the regional representative of Emanate.live. Emanate.live is a blockchain music platform, a branch member. He was also a branch member of HigherVibes.io. HigherVibes.io is a blockchain recruiting agency and a former presenter at Crypto TV Plus. Crypto TV Plus is a cryptocurrency-based entertainment portfolio that shares news and information on things happening in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Samuel, like I told you before, he's also the founder of Lightblocks.live, cryptocurrency news agency, and humanelove.io. All right, on this note, I'm going to be inviting Mr. I think he is not here with us. He's having a bit of network issues. Let me just quickly contact him right now. I'm going to have a little network distortion, so just bear with me. If you're on Facebook, if you're following on Facebook, please note that we have a 20 seconds delay for Facebook, so you might not get us immediately. Just know that we are also with you. And then before he comes up, it's very expedient for us to note that if you have any question, ask your questions on using the Q&A button on top of your screen. Okay, it can be on top, it can be below. For me here is on top of my screen. Okay, so if you have any question, it will be very important that you ask your questions on using the Q&A. We'll be able to answer the questions from there. But if you want to comment on something or you want to chat, use the chat button below. If you click on the three dots on your phone, you see a chat button. So, but if you're on Facebook, your questions and your chat goes to the comment section. Okay, guys. I think Mr. Samuel is having a little bit of delay in joining us for tonight. He isn't. He doesn't attend meetings late, but just give me a moment so I can get across to him. Okay, so you're good to go now, sir. I just sent you a message on WhatsApp, so you'll be able to follow through all that we've been talking about. Guys, please join me and welcome Mr. Samuel Joseph as he um, presents to us today on how to start and scale yourself for global relevance in the online ecosystem. Thank you so much, sir, for this amazing opportunity. We thank you for coming around today to speak to us. Um, is a rare privilege, and we do not take it for granted.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Sam.
Good evening, sir. You're welcome, sir.
Sam Joseph. I'll be speaking to us on how to start shoulder, how to start and scale yourself for global relevance on the online ecosystem. Well, the first thing we need to understand is that the world has changed. The world is now smaller thanks to the internet. Internet has made the whole world a real small place. Now, and when I say things have changed, that's just a line, but from from what I know, it's way deeper than just that line, I think. I'll give you, so my voice is not clear. Please let me know if I should speak louder. I don't know if it's okay now. Is it okay?
Yes, sir, it's okay now.
Yeah. Yeah. From I was talking about relevance online. Everything has changed. Now you may not understand how it is because I'll give you an example. When, of course, an example from the Bible, we had the story of Lot and his wife. God gave them an instruction and said, when you are running, don't look back. Now, guess what? While they were running, Abraham was somewhere at the other side of the city, looking at that same place that Lot and his wife were told not to look at. You see? Now, why didn't Abraham turn into a pillar of salt? That's because the instruction was not given to him. You see? But here's the point I'm trying to make. When Lot's wife turned back and disobeyed that instruction, Lot's wife turned into a pillar of salt. Why? Because she disobeyed the instruction. Now, what was the instruction? Don't look at where you're coming from. You see? But Abraham looked at that same place. Why didn't something happen to Abraham? Because it's not that instruction was not given to Abraham. It was given to someone else. You see? So we have the same circumstances, but one person got affected and the other person didn't get affected. Now, how someone might say, how does that concern online? It's almost the same thing. We live in a world right now where the instruction that was given to our parents doesn't apply to us anymore. So some of you might be trying to obey that same instruction that was given to our parents. Now, some of the things I want to say, you will not find them interesting, or just take it that way. Some of the instructions that our parents were given was go to school, graduate, so you get a good job. That thing has changed. It has so changed to the point that we are not even aware. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not looking down on education. And maybe for them, am I still like?
Yes, sir. We are with you. We are with you, sir.
Um,
Your network is actually fluctuating. Hello, everybody. Can you hear? Can you hear us? Can you hear Mr. Sam? If you can hear me, type I can hear you, so I would know if it's either my network or in his own side. Oh, I think my network is having issues too. I can't see anyone here. All right, let me just quickly see. Okay, yeah. I think it's Mr. Sam. Your network is having issues. Let me see how we can bring him in again. This is what you have when you. This is what you get when you're in a third world country,
hello,
where there's. Yeah, we can
hello.
hear you now, sir. Mr. Sam,
Okay.
we can hear you.
Sorry, that's other network. I don't know what happened to that network. It's favorite network, but so I think we can actually continue.
All
So,
right. Yes, we can.
I'm assuming we can still hear me. All right.
Yes,
So
sir. We
I
are.
was talking about instructions that was given to our parents. How that those instructions doesn't really play well with us in our generation. All right, it should be okay now. It should be okay now. I've switched my network.
Yes, sir. We can
Hello.
hear you, sir.
Yeah. Sorry about that disruption. I have to switch net. All right. So I was talking about instructions. I said the instructions they give to our parents don't really play well with us these days. Now, does that mean we shouldn't go to school? We should, but don't go to school with the mentality of what our parents told us. What they told us then was go to school, graduate, so you get a good job. It has changed. But the thing is that no one will come and carry a microphone and tell you that, hey, things have changed. It depends on you. Can you notice that things has changed and change your focus? Let me give you an example. Do you know most of the top companies, the top richest companies, most of them don't bother about your certificate anymore. Go and do your research. Most of them don't bother about your certificate anymore. What they want is who can get the job done. Like I said, don't think I'm trying to talk down of education. I went to school. I will encourage anyone. Right. So I'm not talking down on education. I'm trying to let you understand something. So don't come up with that mentality that says, let me get a school first before I get a job. No. You see, how did things change? How did everything change? It's because of the internet. Now, in the former world, before the internet ecosystem came about, here's how the whole scenario used to play out. You go to school, you graduate, come out with a good certificate, a good grade in school, and then qualify to get a good job. Well, it has changed now. Here's how it works now. You go to school if you want, or you stay online and learn whatever you want to learn. But the principle is this: that learning phase can never be escaped. So if you're going to go through that learning phase through the university, or you're going to get through that learning phase by yourself, it is highly needed, to stay relevant. I'll give you my personal example. I graduated from University of Uyo, and when I graduated, I came over to Lagos. Of course, met several directors, owners of companies, and guess what I noticed about all of them? What they kept asking. Most of them did not focus on what I graduated with. They didn't look at that. You see, what they really wanted is, what can Samuel Joseph do for them as a company? I'll give you one of them, an example. InterSwitch. InterSwitch, their headquarters is at Okawo, Akawo, in Lagos, on the island here. And when I got a call to come over to InterSwitch, coincidentally, they read one of my articles I wrote online about blockchain, how blockchain can be used in election and all that. And when I got there, one of the first questions they asked me was, young man, we read your article about how blockchain can be used in election. What are the ways? How can it be done? And they were just asking some technical questions. I answered the question, and guess what? 99.9999% of the questions they were asking me were questions that will help the company move to the next level. These days, nobody cares about your 2.1 and your 2.2. Now, remember, I earlier said I'm not talking down on education. The relevance of education still matters. Now, let me tell you the relevance of education in our today's world. The role of education or school or university is to help shaping your mind, not to help you give you a good result. The results you're getting is not as a result, it is not a clear proof of your intellect. What if someone went to school and throughout school he was copying all through, and then he comes out, he has A's, and you give him a first class? Is that a proof that he really wants that first class? It's not a proof. So education, most billionaires right now have come to find out that certificate gotten from the school is not a clear way of justifying who is qualified for a job or not. So what I'm saying, just go online and search. Most top big companies, they don't care about certificate anymore. So what they want to know is this: what can you do for us as an individual? We want this company to go forward. What can you offer? They're not saying we want this company to go forward. Do you have first class? No, they don't want to. So I got to InterSwitch and they asked me those questions. And I didn't get a job for one reason. I was qualified for everything. I was qualified for, my background, everything was looking good. But here's why I didn't get a job. And this is the point I'm trying to make. Just listen. Am I still live? I know my network is not supposed to disrupt anymore, but let me ask.
Yes, you're connected,
okay,
sir.
yeah. Now, here's why I didn't get a job at InterSwitch. In 2016, I got to know about cryptocurrency and blockchain. And of course, one of the things that education or school helps us with is the skill and ability to make your own research. Whenever you're given an assignment to do, that assignment helps you to learn how to make research. The focus is not the assignments. That's why I told you, don't let getting a good grade be your focus. Let your focus be on getting those skills you get from the university. By getting those skills from the university, you automatically get a good grade. That's how it works. Now, those discipline of making research for assignments, those discipline of waking up, doing what you're supposed to do for school, and learning something extra was inside me. So by the time I got to know about cryptocurrency, by then I've already learned from Pastor Chris that, hey, one of the ways of becoming successful or making money is by looking for human need and reaching out to meet that need, right? And also trying to make the world a better place than how you met it. So the first point I made is this: making the world a better place than how you met it, right? And also reaching out to meet a human need. So in 2016, I got to know about Bitcoin. I said, okay, now Bitcoin is a new technology. And of course, technology is the future. How can I make the world a better place with technology? I'm telling you something I asked myself in 2016. I started researching how blockchain, because by then I already read about Bitcoin and blockchain. I noticed that blockchain could be used in so many ways, in farming, in banking, in education, in music, in social media, in politics. In my mind, I found a gold mine. Okay, I started doing my research, and that made me to read about most of these things. Now, don't forget, I'm still trying to say, talk on how to stay relevant online. So I started reading about all these things way back in 2016, 2017. Now, why was I doing that? Because my research told me that blockchain is going to be used by every company in the world. It's going to be used by every company in the world. And I said, wow, if I'm going to be relevant in the future and this technology will be used by everybody, that means I need to do more research about them. So as I was doing the research, I started teaching people for free. Note that. I started teaching people for free, holding online and mostly offline seminars, 100% sponsored by me, and writing articles about my research online. That was in 2016, 2017. In 2019, someone from InterSwitch read about my research I did yesterday. So I did several years ago, and called me for a job. Now, why didn't I qualify for the job? Because what they wanted was a programmer. And the way I wrote it so well to the point that they thought I was a programmer. Why did they call me? Because at that point, they had an idea. It was still an idea. And the only person that could implement that idea at that time was a programmer. You see, because, of course, it's an already existing company. So they needed somebody at that time. Now, how does this concern what we're saying? If I didn't learn ahead of time what was needed in the world, I wouldn't have been available for InterSwitch to be called. You see? So one of the ways of being relevant is online is, number one, look for a niche. You see, look for a niche that has to do that is good for God and good for man. I'll repeat, look for a niche that is good for God and good for man, meaning look for something that could trend in the world, and once it starts trending, it will be good for mankind and be good for God. You see? So we all have different niche. So in your own case, you look for that niche. Is it music? Is it farming? If you're into the music industry, how can you make the music industry better in the next 5 years? Because I told you that success is making the world a better place than how you met it. See, these were the things I asked myself back then. So hold on a minute. All right, so look for a niche and start building yourself to be relevant around that niche. Point number one. So the niche I found was blockchain and cryptocurrency. And I started learning how to be relevant in blockchain and cryptocurrency. How did I start learning? Every day, I said that once I wake up, I just say, okay, these are the things I'm going to learn. These are the things that I'm going to do to keep, becoming relevant in the industry. So the day started learning, and then during the day, I execute most of the things I learn. And at night, you see, try to pick up something for the next day. So where did this all start from? It started from getting a niche. Once you get a niche, ask yourself, how can I make the world a better place with this new niche? You see? Now, in trying to make the world a better place, it will lead you into research. And how can you be good at research without going to school? So going to school will help you know how to research for things you want, because the reason they gave you assignments to submit in a short time is because they want to teach you how to know how to use your mind. When someone was teaching you how to memorize the multiplication table, it wasn't because somebody did not know about calculator. There was calculator quite all right, but somebody was teaching you how to memorize 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2. 8. Why? Because it's not about the certificate at the end of the school, because anybody can fake the certificate for you. It's about your mind. You see? So they were teaching you to memorize because you will need your mind to be as strong as possible. Because if your mind cannot calculate things to bring that result, it will affect you in the future. So one of the greatest things I got from school is not the certificate that came out with, even though the certificate is, to me, is useless right now. One of the greatest things I got from school when I graduated was the ability to use my mind to research for something, the training to wake up early, the training to try to be relevant and to deliver on time. So moving forward, get a niche, study around that niche, and see how you can be of relevance in that niche. Now, point number 2, create a self-brand that is easy to digest. So I was saying something that what our parents knew and what we know today are two different things. Nowadays, okay, in the former days, for you to be relevant in your world, all you just need is a good certificate, whether it's forged or it was real. Nowadays, it has gone beyond that. In fact, the last thing they look at is your certificate. Yeah, the last thing they look at is your certificate. But people still think we are in that world. We are gradually in that world. We're just, when you're trying to leave from one room to another, one room is dark and the other room is bright. So you have one leg out in the bright room and the other leg inside. You're trying to cross over to the other side. We are still at that middle, trying to cross over to the new world. In this new world, the last thing they look at is your certificates, what that you got from school. The first thing they look at is your profile on social media. So if I go online and search your name, what will I find? I'm currently working on several projects, and I had a meeting with some guys, and then my guys and those guys, I was meeting those guys for the first time, and of course, when I meeting those guys, that it was an online meeting, and then one of them said, before he started talking, he was like, Sam, I would like to meet you one day. Then in my mind, I'm like, what's this Bobo saying? And then he said it again, that he would like to meet me one day. That's when he now realized that he said something. He said that he has done a check on me and he would like to meet me. That is the world we live in right now. In those days, the instructions our parents were receiving, there was nothing like get a good online profile. I'm teaching you how to be relevant online. Our parents didn't know about social media. They didn't know about social branding. All they knew was go to school, graduate, get a good job. But now it has changed. Now it is go to school if you want, maintain a good online social profile, learn a skill, and you will get a good job or start a company. That is how it works right now. So the guy was like, I did a background check on you and blah, 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 blah. How did that acceptance, we came to this guy so that we can get a deal. We wanted to get a very nice deal with these guys. And already, even without we bringing forth our idea or bringing forth our solution, they've already accepted us. Why? Because they went online to check who is Samuel Joseph. Now, ask yourself this question. Keep the answer in your mind. If I should go to your Facebook, let's just work with Facebook. If I should go to your Facebook right now and I search your name, how many scrolls will I have to make to get to know who you are or what you stand for? I posted something a few months ago. I said, if I should come to your Facebook and I scroll 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and I can't find out at a glance what you do, it means 2 things. Number 1, you're not passionate enough about anything or about what you do. Number two, you don't have goals and vision. I told someone this thing some months ago, and this guy got mad at what I said. It was like, Sam is too judgmental. And of course, that kind of thing, I will not apologize. I will just let you discover it yourself. Few months ago, still few months, I think it was this year or last year, US Embassy announced that one of the criteria for you to enter the United States is for you to submit your social media profile. Our parents didn't know about these things. It was for you to submit your social media profile. They didn't say submit. They didn't say submit your certificate from school so that we can know if you're brilliant. No. There's now a new way to check brilliancy. I hope there's any English like that. There's an English like that, brilliancy. There's now a new way to check people's behavior, people's character. You are a summary of everything you see on your Facebook. I didn't say summary of what you post. No. I say summary of what you see on your social media. If 90%, or let's work with the percent, if 50% of the things you see on your social media don't build you up, that means you yourself have issues. I'm not talking about those that are following you, that are posting the nonsense. I'm talking about you. Because the question is, how do you manage to have so many irrelevant people as friends? I told someone recently, I said, if good information comes to you late, there's a problem with you. Why is there a problem with you? Because you have too many wrong people around you. Why are good information, money-making information, legit money-making information coming to you late? You have the wrong friends. You see? So back to what I was saying. If I should go to your Facebook profile and I have to scroll to find out what you do, that means you're not ready to be relevant in today's world. People think social media is for sharing pictures and videos. It has changed. It was in those days, about 10, 20 years ago, that social media didn't matter. Right now it does. We've seen how, look at what happened to, what's his name? John McAfee. If you're on Twitter, go to John McAfee's Twitter account, and check the post he made a few hours ago. He made a post and said one of the reasons why he lost the presidential election was because of a video that was found on social media about him. He was in a club with some strippers. Because of that, he got disqualified to run for presidential election. Times have changed. Now, those guys that give us advice, I don't know when we're supposed to stop this thing, but I'll just keep flowing. Now, assuming we'll stop by 9, or maybe 8:30. Those guys that give us, when I mean those guys, our parents that give us advice, they didn't know about this thing. 45 minutes, yeah. They didn't know about these things. All they knew back then was go to school, graduate, and get a good job. But it has changed. I've worked for several companies. Do you know when I went to InterSwitch for that interview, they didn't ask me what I graduated with. I'm telling you. They didn't say, did you come out with 2-1? They didn't. Does that mean it doesn't matter to them? Yes, it actually doesn't. The only reason that would make them ask you is just to fulfill all righteousness. What companies are looking for are people that can solve their problem. If you're coming to InterSwitch, you're coming to First Bank, you're coming to Sterling Bank, can you solve our problem? We don't need your certificate. If you carry that certificate and put on the decks, what will you produce? Nothing. They're looking for guys that can solve their problem. That is why if you check out the top 10 billionaires in the world, they didn't get there with their certificates. Name one top 10 billionaire in the world that got to where he or she is with certificates. None of them. None. Why? Why is it like that? Things have changed. Things have changed. But most Africans don't realize that. Most Africans are still following that old rule, that old instruction that says, go to school, graduate so that you will get a good job. So now, the world is a digital place. Myself, I've worked on several platforms, several organizations, and I'm telling you the gospel truth. 99.99% of them, apart from InterSwitch, did not ask me, did you go to school? They didn't ask me. All they wanted was, Sam, can you do this for us? Or, Sam, we saw what you did online. We want you to do it for us. Nobody cares about your certificate anymore. So the earlier you understand this truth, the better for you. Okay, should I say this? Let me say it. A lady was speaking with me today that she wanted to do masters. And I was like, why do you want to do masters? She said, that she really wants to, she like education and blah, 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 blah. I just couldn't argue because I knew she has not yet understood that we are in a new world. Guy, you see those masters? Okay, now, name one billionaire in the world among the top 10 billionaires that got to where they are because they struggle to get the masters. None. Name one billionaire in the world among the top 10 biggest guys in the world that got to where they are because they struggle to get a PhD. None of them. But do some of them have PhDs? Yes. How did they get it? After becoming successful, they brought the PhD and the master's degree to them. They say, come and take it. Hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to talk down on education. I've already told you the role of education in your life, the role of school. School helps train your mind. You're given an assignment to submit in 24 hours. You see, so that training you get is to do it within that 24 hours. That training of waking up early. That training of, hey, I need to get an A. And then you go to read so you can get an A. Those are training. So your biggest advantage or your biggest substance you should get from school is not a first class. What you should try to get from school is that discipline that you get from education, that discipline of doing what you're supposed to do. And guess what? If you have that discipline, you will have a first class. That is the truth. Okay, let me give you guys a summary in a Christian way. You see, Jesus said, or in the Bible, he said, I seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these other things shall be added unto you. But what people are doing is this. They are trying to seek first all these other things before the kingdom of God. It's just the reverse. So if you go for the kingdom of God first, you will get other things. It's the same thing I'm trying to say. Don't try to get the first class. Try to maintain that principle of being disciplined. You're supposed to have an A. You're supposed to wake up, read in the morning, read in the evening, do this, do that so that you have an A. Once you have that discipline, the A will come. So let your target not be the A. Let your target be getting those right discipline. You see, now I'm saying all that to say this. Don't try to get a good certificate. Try to be relevant to yourself, number one. How can you be relevant to yourself? Get a niche. I said that before. Get a niche. Learn more about a niche and build a good online profile. So I'm going to build on this right now in the next couple of minutes. How do you build a good online profile? Number one, create social media accounts. These are things they will not teach you in school. Why? Because those guys that are teaching stuff in school, most especially in Nigerian schools, they are still living by the old principle. Get good social media accounts if you want to, but you should. Of course, before getting a good social media account, you've already, I believe you must have already started learning a skill, whatever skill you want to learn. You see, and then brand those social media accounts to reflect your skill or what you believe in. Personally, I am into blockchain and cryptocurrency. I can boldly tell you any day, anytime, that if you come to my Facebook and scroll just for a few minutes, you will not need to ask me, Sammy, what do you do? You will not need to ask me. I told someone earlier this year, I said, if I should come to your Facebook and I scroll and I can't tell myself this is what this guy did, or this is what this guy does for a living without asking him, That means this guy is really either not passionate enough about his business, or he don't already hammer. He no need to advertise. But guess what? Companies that have hammered, they're still doing advertisement every single day. Right, so get social media accounts that reflect what you do, that reflect what you believe in. Does that mean you cannot have fun on, no, you see funny videos, you see all those things, you share them? You can, but don't distract your followers. Because you don't know when the next biggest investor is coming to check your profile. So maybe the day you shared someone dancing naked on your Twitter, that might be the day that maybe the application you dropped several months ago, the guy in charge of that application has gone through your Twitter at that same time, and he's seeing you twerking. Someone posted something today about Dangote and Hush Puppy, how that Hush Puppy had way more followers than Dangote. Why? Because the youth of our days don't know what success is. Oh, Father Lord Jesus. The youth of our days don't know what success is. They think success is by, this guy has a good car, this guy has, he has a good house. That is not wealth. What you're seeing is money and not wealth. Money are the things you can see. That guy has a good phone. Those are the immediate effects of having money. But wealth cannot be seen. Let me give you a personal example. When I was in school and I made my first 1 million naira, even myself, I was not aware that I was already a millionaire when I was in school. I was not aware. How did I know? How did I know that I already had way more than 2-3 million in my account? One day, I remember I was ready for exam, and then someone needed money for something. And then I checked my GT bank, I had like 200K inside. So that's okay. Let me just quickly calculate money everywhere so that I can know if I'm giving out this money, what is going to be left. By the time I calculated what was in GT Bank, what was in Echo Bank, what was in this other bank, what I had in the house, what I had in Bitcoin, what I had in different cryptocurrency, they were into the millions. And I was like, my eyes just lit up. I was like, wait, hold on. These monies are my own. I'm telling you, I'm not saying this thing to please you guys. Of course, I'm not seeing anybody's face. I don't even know if anybody's listening. I don't even know if my network has knocked me out. Right. So I just believe someone somewhere is listening. So I'm not trying to please anybody.
Yes, the answer.
Okay. Yeah. So my eyes lit out. I was like, oh my God, I'm already a millionaire and I didn't know. And guess what? If you had seen me in school, I'm one of those guys. Of course, I don't dress shabbishly. I don't dress in such a way that you see me and be like, you're nobody. I dress moderately cool. If you had seen me in school, I was like one of those guys that you would not see in school and be like, oh, shit, my pants. Most times I come up with pumps or slippers till I graduated, right? Normal hair. I didn't even have a wristwatch. And guess what? Because I was like that, I did not have friends in school. I was not so popular. All they just know is that crash embassy boy that likes playing keyboard and drum. You see, so the youth of our world today are bothered about the wrong thing. Why did Hush Puppy have way more followers than Dangote? Because the youth of our world don't know what wealth is. All they are looking at is the immediate effect of money. So now I'm saying that to say this. Hush Puppy branded himself to look like what you want him to look. So the same thing you should do to your social media profile. If I should come to your social media profile as an investor, as employer, can I look at this guy's profile and be like, I'm impressed? Well, just in case you don't know, one of the things these guys look out for when you want to get employed is your social media history. So to stay relevant online, you need to work on your social media, on your social status. If I should go online now and search your name, what are the things that I will see that are, or what are the valuable things that I will see that are attached to your name? That is how relevant you will be. For example, you go online and search Psalm 6, you will see everything relevant about my field. Let it be that way to you. Now, I'm really running out of time. Then, after building your social media profile is the second stage. The third stage is this: look for opportunities to serve. Service comes before elevation, before glory, right? One of the mistakes people make is they try to go for money first before service. Don't go for money first before service. Serve and money will come. One of the fears that young guys have is this: okay, yes, they've gotten this skill, right? They've gotten this skill. They have a good online social media profile, and they are trying so much, so hard to maintain relevance in this online ecosystem. But the jobs are not just coming through. You see, immediately they are still living in their parents' house. They are still squatting in a friend's house. How can the money come? The money is not coming because you're still doing things the old way. The old way, you have to get a job to make money. The new way, you don't have to get a job to make money. The new way, here's how it works. Number one, create the job yourself. Let me give you an example. Last year, I had an idea in the company where I was working with. I gave them the idea. And for some reason, the owner of the company didn't see that idea as relevant at that time. But because of the training I've received over the years, I knew that idea was relevant. But at that time, I was giving it too early to somebody that could not see the future. Guess what I did? I created it myself. Now, it took me time to create that solution because I had limited resources and limited time. But guess what? When I did, that idea gives me, is an idea, just one of the things I do. That idea gives me nothing less than $1,000 every month. Nothing less than $1,000 every month. Without, I don't work in that idea. It's an idea that I've built and it's just sitting there making me money. So I was saying that to say this: in this new world, you don't wait for jobs to come to you. Number one, if you've been doing your research, if you've been trying to stay relevant, you will know what to do. You will have an idea. Once you get that idea, you see, implement it, even if it will take time. So that's one. Number one is to implement something that you've had in your mind. Number two, if it has nothing to do with building, look for somewhere and serve. I'll end with this because I'll now have used more than my 45 minutes. Look for a place and serve. It is in your place of service that your relevance will show. I'll give you an example, of course, from the Bible. There's this guy that wanted to marry a wife. And then one of the criteria for him to get this wife was to work and serve for a number of years. And then while he was working, he was faithfully working, doing his job. As the ideas were coming into his head, he was implementing those ideas. Now, when it was getting to the end of the partnership so that he will marry this wife, the guy that had the company, now I'm trying to paint the picture as if it was a company. The guy that had the company now told him that, hey, you have to work extra years. Now, that's not exactly how it happened, but we know the story, how that he was tricked. He was given the wrong wife. The reason why they gave him the wrong wife is because the guy noticed that, hey, this boy is so wonderful. Yes, I know he's doing this thing for free because he wants to get married to my daughter, but his skills are top notch. You know, he's bringing up ideas, he's executing this, he's executing that. I can't let him go. You see? So they had to retain him for another 7 years. But how did he get to that position that they couldn't let him go? Through service. He didn't come with application letter. So they couldn't let him go. Why? Because he had a skill. It's amazing that these things are in the Bible and they are revealing right now in our time. What he had was a skill, not a certificate. Certificate just claims what you can do. Skill shows what you can do, not a claim. So because of his skill, they had to make him stay extra. And guess what? He ended up getting double promotion. He got 2 wives. The same thing applies in our world today. You are there, you've not gotten that job. Nobody's calling you for an interview. You don't apply, tire, don't apply. Forget about trying to get a job. That place that you're squatting, remain there, squat extra time. Apply to those same companies again. Tell them, don't pay me. This is a challenge I'm giving you. Tell them, don't pay me. I don't need your money. I want to work for free. You will not die. I'm telling you something that I've done that works for me and produces results. Tell them they should not pay you. Work for free. Of course, if they are wise, they'll provide all the necessary things you need to work. Right? Even if it means going to squat in a place that can make you, as long as that is your goal, that is your dream. Look for somebody. Hey, bros, can I stay in your house? If you have good attitude, people will let you stay in their house. Can I stay in your house? I have this job and I need to do it so time so that I can blah, 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 blah. If you have a good attitude, people will accommodate you. That's the truth about life. Don't say people are terrible, right? As you're doing it, if you're good at that job and you're constantly increasing your skill, making yourself relevant in that place, working as though the entire job depends on you to succeed, and if the employer of that company or the owner of that company is wise, seeing what you're doing, he will not want to let you go. You know why? Employers are like ladies. Employers are like God. You know when God said, I'm a jealous God? That is where employers are. If you have skill, they will want to keep you. They will tell you, we are keeping you. That's the same way United States of America is. If you're a Nigerian and then you go out there and they notice you have skill, they won't want to let you go. They will do all they can to keep you by increasing your salary, giving you free accommodation, giving you green card. That's the same way it works in every company that has goals and vision. Just go in there. Don't bother about salary. Give in your best. Even if that employer is too dumb to notice how good you are, other employers are watching. They are seeing what you're doing for so little. Guess what will happen? They'll be the one to come and tell you, hey, we notice you're working in XYZ company, but I think we can give you a better deal. Why are they meeting you? They've seen that you were faithful in this smaller job. The salary was not there, or maybe the salary was small, but you gave in your best as if you were paid the best money. It will make people come after you. Because in their mind, they'll be like, if this guy can do so much when they are not paying him at all, or when they are paying him so little, imagine what will happen, what he will do for us when he's being paid what he's supposed to be paid. So guys, this is where I'll end. I've used so much time. If you let me, I'll just keep talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. All right, so I'll be ending here today, although so many things I wanted to say I've not said. I'm just freestyling, not looking from any book or anywhere. All right, so if there's time for question and answers, I think we could take them right now.
Wow, thank you so much. I have, in this little time, I've learned a whole lot of things, starting from looking for a niche that is good for God and good for man, create an easy to digest self-brand, and a whole lot of things that you've trained us on today. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your presence and coming here. Please, guys, help me thank Mr. Samuel Joseph for making the time with us. In his busy schedule, he had to also make a time to come out here tonight and then talk to us on how to start and scale yourself for global relevance in the online ecosystem. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate. All right. So if you have a question, I think I know that you guys, most of you must have had several questions you want to ask. Please use the Q&A button on Zoom. We'll be able to see your question and respond from there. And if you're on Facebook, just type your question on the comment box. We'll be able to respond to you from over there too. So guys, this is time for you to ask question. Sir Mori Faith is thanking you. Thank you so much for talking to us today. She's watching live on Facebook. Okay, guys. I think I'm seeing some hands. Okay, I can hear you, Mr. Sam. But okay, that's before. Because I think there is no. I think I would want to ask one more question. My question is based on blockchain, on volunteering. How do you find out blockchain projects that you can volunteer to, sir? Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. The question is, how do you find blockchain projects you can volunteer to serve?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, it starts from the niche, like I told you. Uh, for example, myself, I'm into music and I love blockchain and cryptocurrency. I know it's the future. So what I did back then was I checked now, use this principle. Use this principle, it works like magic. Look for the problems in blockchain. Hmm. Look for problems or challenges in blockchain. I'll say it again. Look for problems and challenges in blockchain. When you see the problems, you write them down. Check the top blockchains that you know. Bitcoin blockchain, Bitcoin has its own blockchain. Ethereum, EOS, Tron. Check this big blockchain. Don't look at what they can do first. That's the mistake people make. Don't look at how popular they are. That is a mistake people make. Look at what they cannot do. So by the time you find out the flaws of Ethereum, find out the flaws of EOS, the flaws of Tron, the flaws of Bitcoin. Look out for the flaws. Once you find the flaws and then you write them down, now your next research is to find blockchain platforms that are solving or attempting to solve the solutions. If you find them, that is where to serve. That is where to serve. That's just it. That is where to serve. Now, what is the benefit of doing this? There's a popular thing that is happening in the world, and what is that? You don't become rich by doing what everybody is doing. But that is one of the best ways to become irrelevant. Do what everybody is doing. Go on. 10 years ago, when the whole world didn't know about Bitcoin, people were going to research about Bitcoin. And the people that did that, you know, why were they researching about Bitcoin? Because there was, at that time, I think it was 2008 or 2009 financial crisis. There was a financial crisis in the world, and then people were now looking for alternative ways to stay out of the corrupt financial system of the government. Now, in their research, most of them found Bitcoin. You see? And those that found Bitcoin in that early stage, most of them are billionaires today in dollars. Why? Because they were not going the regular way. The regular way is to look for what was trending as at then, which was what? Real estate, buying stocks when they were low, and blah, blah, blah. No, they were going the other direction. The other direction is the normal financial system is corrupt and controlled by the government. Is here an alternative? So the normal financial system that was corrupt was the problem. This guy is going to look for Bitcoin, an alternative solution, was the right move to make. And that same principle still applies today. Look for blockchains that have issues, blockchains that are popular, but don't go for those ones that are popular. Fine, good and fine. Read about those ones that are popular. Read about those ones that everybody's talking about. Blockchains like Bitcoin, Ethereum, EOS. Read about them. But once you read about them, get the general knowledge, the knowledge that everybody knows. But go the extra mile. Check what everybody is not checking. And what people are not checking is the flaws of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and EOS. People are not talking about it. The only time you hear people talk about their flaws is when they want to either mock this or mock that one. But they don't find their flaws for research purposes and improvement purposes. They find their flaws so that they can mock each other on WhatsApp and Telegram group. So look for blockchains that are trending and then check out their flaws. Once you see their flaws, Now, your research will now be which company or which blockchain project is currently solving this problem. By the time you find those projects, apply there to serve, because those projects will end up being the next big thing. You see, the companies that are big today, that are worth billions of dollars today, were irrelevant 20, 30 years ago. Why did they become relevant 10, 20 years later? It's because they looked for a problem, solved that problem, and later became billionaires. An example is email companies. There was a time when everybody was using post office, and then someone came out with email. When email came out, it will not be popular because everything what people knew then was post office. Everybody wanted to get a job at the post office. But someone discovered email, and someone invested into email. Someone be like, this email will be good in the future. Email has solved a problem. Let's invest into email. Let's serve an email. Same thing with Facebook. So that is how to serve. Look for blockchain projects that are popular, look for their flaws, and then look for who is solving their flaws. If those blockchain projects are trying to solve their own flaws, remain there. But if another project has already solved it, serve that project that has solved it. So that's it.
Wow, thank you very, very much, sir. This is a solution to a very big problem. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So we'll have one more question. I think that's going to be the last question for tonight before we go. We have a question from Innocent. He says, "Sir, thank you very much for the wisdom you've impacted on us this night. May God bless you. My question goes like this: please share with us or throw more light on that your idea that generates $1,000 for you monthly." Can you hear me, sir?
Okay. Yeah. I heard you. Anyways, the idea is several things in one. But I'm just going to give you a hint about it. So, I told you one of the ways of being successful is by looking out for a human need and reaching out to meet that need. Actually, that's the idea. But that's the idea. Look out for a need and reach out to meet that need. So how did I implement this statement to make money? I noticed that in cryptocurrency and blockchain space, there was no singular, before I did it, there was no singular website where someone could come, learn about cryptocurrency, the fundamentals, learn about a little bit about the technical parts of cryptocurrency and blockchain, and also a place where they can come and trade. There was none packaged in one. You see? So where I was working before, I gave it as an idea to my boss. And to him, it didn't just make sense at that time. But I was like, wow, Bitcoin will become popular, blockchain will become popular. So let's have, let's create a platform so that by the time it becomes popular, will be relevant. He didn't buy the idea. So I now created a website. And then, I implemented the idea, and people come there to learn about blockchain and cryptocurrency. You see? And I tell you that website fetches me nothing less than $1,000. I'm telling you gospel truth. Nothing, and guess what? I don't do advert for it. I don't do paid advice for those sponsorship. It's just natural. Now imagine what will happen when I take it seriously. Nothing less than $1,000 every month. Why is the money coming? Because I've solved a problem. What is that problem? A unified place where people can come to get knowledge about blockchain and cryptocurrency. So right now, in fact, the website has gotten so popular to the point that if you go online and search Blockchain University, one of the first websites you will see is that website. You see, first of all, you see ad. You see an ad. Sometimes you will not see any ad. The first website you see is the Blockchain University, Blockchain University .teachable. So that's the idea. But the point is not the idea that was implemented. The point is the intent or the purpose behind the idea. What was the purpose? The purpose was the same thing I told you when we started. I said one of the ways of becoming successful is to look out for a human need. and reach out to meet that need. What are human needs? Human needs are challenges, problems. Reach out to solve those problems and you'll be rich. So it's not about the idea that was implemented. It is the motive, the principle behind implementing those ideas. So that's it.
Wow, thank you so much, Sides. It has really been a very insightful section with you. We honor and cherish you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So please, guys, help me thank Mr. Samuel Joseph for this amazing time. I hope you have been able to be cleared on your question. Let me just get across to. Okay, Innocent, I hope you have your question was really answered, because me, I really got a very big answer from that question. Thank you so much, sir. We really honor and cherish you. We appreciate you, sir. So, guys, this is where we are going to end tonight's section of Quantum Leap Summit with Mr. Samuel Joseph. It was really amazing. We are expecting tomorrow to be a very phenomenal day and time. We're having the temperamental pastor tomorrow. He's going to come up tomorrow and he's going to teach us on behavioral adaptation for the online industry. You can't miss out on that section. It's going to be very amazing. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for coming. I picked a whole lot of things from what Mr. Samuel said today, but sir, what would be your last word for us tonight? What before we go, I want you to share something very simple, something that we can go to bed with tonight, sir. Okay. I think his network has kicked him out. So, guys, as I was saying, tomorrow is going to be a very, very phenomenal time. We're going to be having our own temperamental pastor, Pastor Ademeji. He's going to come up tomorrow to talk to us about something very, very amazing. You cannot miss out on tomorrow's section. It's going to be really, really hot. It's going to be very, very amazing. And guys, ensure you invite your friends. The same link you had to join to today is the same link that you will use to join tomorrow. Okay, so I see a lot of people having issues in the connectivity. It is the same link. And tomorrow by it's coming up by 7 p.m. Pastor Ademeje is coming up by 7 p.m. tomorrow. So we won't be having a 3 p.m. section tomorrow, just 7 p.m. And it's going to be talking on behavioral adaptation for a globalized remote working economy. Make sure you don't miss it. So before we go, I would want to leave you with this. He said something that really caught my attention. He said that certificate claims what you do, while skills shows what you do. And he also said something that really told. He said it is in your place of service that your relevance will show. Don't go looking for jobs. Be a job creator. On this note, we're going to end tonight's section of Quantum Leap Summit 2020. I'll see you guys tomorrow by 7 p.m. Do have a great night and bye-bye.